All right, time to tackle our first language stack. I'm gonna log back in, and we're gonna get Python installed. Or, I should say, Python set up. With Ubuntu, the latest version comes with Python version 3. It does, however, appear to need, in my research, pip3 installed. So I'm gonna bring up a terminal. You can verify Python 3 is installed simply by typing Python 3, and boom, it will pop you into a Python terminal to put in Python code, etc. And we're just going to type in exit to escape back out because we've confirmed that Python 3 is indeed installed. It is specifically 3.8.2. But we need pip3 installed. Pip is not there, and pip3 is not there. But pip3 does give us the install command. So sudo apt install python 3 pip. Just go ahead and yes our way through that. And when it gets done, we can type pip3 now, and boom, there we go. Gives us the immediate help information from the man pages. I'm going to go ahead and now make a directory. I'm in my user directory specifically, but I'm going to go ahead and make the folder that I almost always use for all my code called codes, and I'll navigate into that. Nothing there, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this though. All right, I'm going to open this up and open PyCharm Professional. The first launch will ask if I want to import settings. I just go ahead and hit OK because I don't have any settings. I'm going to go with the Dracula because I want the dark theme, even though I'm going to change all of this in just a second. Go ahead and say create the script because I want to be able to type charm in the terminal to actually execute my IDE from the terminal. So do I want R? Yeah, let's go ahead and install R. That'll probably come in handy. And AWS Toolkit, not going to worry about that right now. So confirm admin permissions. And here I'll put in my super secret information to activate my account. Of course, I didn't type my information there because then you'd see it. So just imagine I did, and boom, logged in, and that'll synchronize my settings and other things between this and other machines for this particular IDE. But let's create a new project. I'm going to pick Django just for this first project. I'm going to give it a name, a project name. It's important to note that this can't be something like Django because that'll conflict. And it can't be something like super duper, right? It has to be just something like super app, okay? So we're gonna go with that. And the rest of the settings, we're just gonna leave default and click create. So this has set us up with a basic Django project. All these default settings. Here's our virtual environment, which is our Python environment itself, designating that we're using Python 3.8.2, etc. All right, that's all great. But to finish setting up this environment, I set up the project to prove that the IDE knows where everything is installed, that everything is installed correctly, and that there's no errors whenever I create a project. Because if there's errors at this point in the game, if you start doing development and kind of hacking the environment, everything will just fall apart continuously as you work along in your development. So by creating that project, I know that things are installed right and libraries are in the right place and everything. So now I'm just going to put some finishing touches on my IDE right now. So I go into plugins. This is something I do with every Jetbrains IDE. There's something, let's install the bash support, except it's going to say, as you can see, restart IDE, but I go ahead and install all those things, material theme, UI support. I put the ignore support in there. That gives us templates for all types of git ignore and other ignore files. And since things come up a lot, let's actually add Vue support. Let's add Node.js support, just because that will probably come up. Environment file support. And what else do we got here? Some pro bash support, git flow integration, deep code, cloud code, poetry, etc., etc. Whole bunch of things. As you can see, plugins galore. Here's my other favorite, NyanCat. We got to get NyanCat support. And I think that pretty much covers all the bases. So I'm going to hit apply. and then OK. It's going to tell me to restart. I'm going to go ahead and restart my IDE. So when PyCharm comes back up now, it's going to look slightly different. There's Nyan Cat working for us. Go down to material theme, and let's pick this darker theme. Seems like a cool one to go with. Oh yeah, look at that. That is pretty nice. And icons don't look that much different. Let's minimize these, and let's actually just create a new file. Actually, let's do it at the project. Oh yeah, that is the project level, so new. And then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna show you that ignore plugin. This one's really great. Let's see here, find get ignore, select that. It comes up, gives me all the template options that generally you would find like if you started a new repo on GitHub. So I'm gonna just type Python, and so we got Python. That's the one I want. Generate, added the file, and there's all of those default ignore options. So we don't want those things, so that's perfect. Added that, our first project, and let's actually run that puppy. It says it's hosted here. Let's see what we got. Look at that, our first Django project. We've got our environment set up, Python 3 ready to go, pip 3 ready to go, a Django app running, our IDE is set up. We're ready to start doing development at this point. So check out the next video to dive into whatever you want. I'm going to install some of the other language stacks, or you can check out what I'm doing with Django. I'll be having videos about that and also be doing some Twitch streams. So join me on twitch.tv/Adrian Hall, or just subscribe here on YouTube and you'll be able to get any of the new videos as I publish them from Twitch to YouTube. In the meantime, cheers, happy thrashing code.